Let's talk about the great Alexander Volkanovski. I watch him and I watch opinions about Alexander Volkanovski and about what he's trying to do against Islam Makhachev. Now, I'm not calling that fight. So there is one time where I can make an opinion, I can make a pick, because on that day, I'm just like everybody else. I don't have to sit there with the commentary so I can give you my thoughts on the fight as clearly as I want to without holding back. You know, we have rules in place, and I'm not here to break them. So when I think about Alexander Volkanovski and the undertaking that is in front of him, I understand how big and how daunting this task can seem to most. But to a high thinker, to a guy that believes with all of himself that he's the best in the world, this to him is just another fight. But when you look at the way Islam is perceived in the world of mixed martial arts and all that he has done to this point, you then start to ask yourself, how big of an upset would this be if Volkanovski gets it done in Perth, Australia? Love Volk. All the respect in the world for him. I don't think he wins the fight. I think Makhachev is going to be a little too big for him, and he's going to wrestle him and hold him down. I think that's the problem. But when we look at it, though, say he does win the fight, how big of an upset is it? Is it Nunes Cyborg? Is it Sarah George St. Pierre? Is it TJ Dillashaw whenever he beat Renan Barao? Because you got to remember who Renan Barao was thought to be back when TJ Dillashaw fought him the first time. Is it Conor McGregor knocking out Jose Aldo in 14 seconds? I get that Conor McGregor had talked himself to a point that you believed, but all we had saw what Jose Aldo do was win. There have been a number of upsets in mixed martial arts. I still to this day believe Juliana Pena's win over Amanda Nunes is probably the biggest upset in mixed martial arts history because of who Amanda was and what she had become to female fighting. And it seemed as though Amanda was going to be the champion as long as she wanted to hold the belt. In my opinion, Volkanovski wins this fight. It's the biggest. It's bigger than anything we've seen. Because I'm telling you, when you get into the details of this matchup, it seems a very hard match for Volkanovski to win because his skill set is almost catered for a guy like Makhachev because of Makhachev's ability to stand and also his size. Volk is a very big guy. Remember, we've spoken ad nauseum about how big he was when he played football or rugby or whatever you guys want to call it over there. But that doesn't matter. He's still shorter. Because he's shorter, it makes for him, Makhachev, to use the leverage against Volkanovski. I believe that this would be the biggest upset in mixed martial arts history. Now, some people will say I say that because of who Makhachev is and our friendship and everything. I'm telling you right now, watching a guy in Alexander Volkanovski, who's the only champion in 2022 to defend his championship, he didn't lose a round. He is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. So some may ask why we would consider it an upset. But I think it's all in the matchup, and it's also all in the guy that he's fighting. I know I have a friendship with Makhachev, but even if I didn't, you can see who this guy is if you have two eyes. You can see how he matches up against pretty much everyone in the world if you have two eyes. But you can also see why Alexander Volkanovski is who he is. Because what he has done over the course of this last year has been nothing short of amazing. And that is why he is #1 pound for pound. But we always ask the question, what is pound for pound per se? It's an ability and a fighting style that translates weight classes. Volkanovski has a chance now to go to another weight class and become the champion. Unfortunately, the guy in front of him is the #2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and many believe is #1. I believe, again, biggest upset in mixed martial arts history if Alexander Volkanovski gets it done.